In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to become fully SMS compliant for your business so you can start sending text messages to your leads. This is called A2P 10DLC. There's an application process. It's a little bit tricky and a lot of businesses fail it the first few times they try it. I'm going to show you everything you need so you can get this approved within 3, maybe 5 business days at most. And if you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to give you this exact document that I'm using so that you can follow along with it. You can literally copy and paste sample text and sample language that you can use in your website. It shows you how to set up everything start to finish. This applies to GoHighLevel, Twilio, Salesmsg, any kind of CRM where you're sending SMS and you need to apply for 10DLC. So let's get into it. Just a high-level overview of what we're applying for here, what you need approval for. There's 3 things. You need a business registration. This is just where you prove that you have like a valid business, a S Corp or a LLC. You just need to be able to prove that you actually have a business. The second level is the tricky part. This is where most people fail. This is your brand compliance. This is your website compliant? Do you have the correct language on it? Do you have the terms of service? Do you have a privacy policy? I'm going to show you how to set up all of that, including the correct language, in this guide. And then the third thing is the easiest. This is just your use case application. This is the application that goes out to phone carriers, and it just depends on how much volume you're doing, but this is the easiest part. So before we get into this, here's exactly what you need. You're going to need your business EIN number, which is your identification code for your business, like a little social security number for your business. You're going to need your business name, the business address, and the industry that the business is in. And then you're going to need the business representative. If you're setting this up for somebody else, or maybe it's for your own business, it's the point of contact, the leader, the CEO, the president, whoever that is, you need their information. And then you're going to need some sample text messages, which I included in this document that you can copy and paste. And then you need a fully compliant opt-in page. Again, I show you exactly how to set that up and the language that you can copy and paste. And then typically there's an application fee that's attached to this when you submit. It's anywhere from $20 to $60 depending on the volume that you're doing. So you're going to need that as well. So when you apply, regardless of what the software is, you're going to need some kind of examples, some sample text messages. What they're looking for here is specific language. Here's an example. Hey, this is Michael with business name, just confirming your registration to our upcoming webinar, stop to end. So what they're looking for here is the business name and then the stop to end in the language. So this is an actual sample text message that I used for one of the companies that I did this application for. And here's another one. You've got an example of a first name, you've got the business name in it, and then the stop to end. So the language of the actual text message, other than that, it could be anything. Maybe people are applying, you know, they're registering for something, they've got some kind of book or some kind of free training that you're sending to them. Just make sure you include hi, name, and then your business name, and then the stop to end at whatever that text is. So you can literally copy and paste these sample text messages. With Twilio and GoHighLevel, they require, I think, 2 sample text messages, sometimes 3. So just use these examples that I provided for you and you should be good to go. Just fill in your business name. Next, at some point in the application, you're going to need to describe how users are actually opting in. You can literally copy and paste this exact language here. They're looking for the specific URL that people are opting into and your business name. They want language that says that there's a box agreeing to receive text messages. So literally just use this message right here. Fill in your business information and you'll be good to go. Next is a pretty important part is the actual opt-in page itself. So here's an example of one of the opt-in pages that I set up. It has first name, phone number, email, and then it has this very specific language down here at the bottom. It has to be worded almost identical to this. And I gave you that exact text down below in this document, but it's an opt-in page. It has a checkbox that can consent into messages, has specific opt-out language, as a link to your terms of service, as a link to your privacy policy, and then it says something about message frequency. And then in this document, I even include what a compliant opt-in form looks like with all the little components. Again, I'm going to give you all of this. You can literally copy this exact language. I agree to receive recurring automated text messages at the phone number provided. Message and data rates may apply. Message frequency varies. Reply help for help and stop to end. View terms of service and privacy policy, and you will actually link to those pages on your website. So as far as the terms of service and privacy policy go, what I like to use is a service called termly.io that generates fully legally compliant terms of service pages and privacy policies as well. Termly is awesome because you just literally go to their website. They have a little box here that says, you know, privacy policy. You click on it, or terms and conditions. And then they walk you step by step through each of the components of the terms and conditions page. It takes like 5 minutes to fill it out. You just check all the boxes that are relevant to your specific to your specific business. You hit save and next. You work your way through it. Shows you how much progress you have here on the side. Go all the way through to 100%. And then when you're done, you'll have your privacy policy or your terms and conditions page fully generated. And then all you have to do is click this little button on the side, add to website, and then you can copy the HTML and then just paste it onto a web page. So it'll be examplewebsite.com/terms of service or /privacy policy. And then you just put the code on that page, and then you can link to it in your opt-in. Now, the downside of Termly is that, and you can see it up here in the top, you've surpassed your one policy limit, please upgrade. So they only allow you to generate one page at a time. So either a terms of service or a privacy policy. If you want both of them, you have to subscribe. So the easy workaround is you just create two separate Termly accounts using two different Google accounts, and you can use their free plan for each, generate a privacy policy, generate a terms of service. That's the easy, cheap workaround. Now, if you're a business that's doing a ton of volume, you're collecting a lot of phone numbers, and you want to make sure you're compliant at all times, that's where Termly becomes extremely useful and becomes actually very beneficial to pay for their paid service, a monthly subscription. Because if you make your terms of service and your privacy policy on your account and you pay for their service, they will actually update your terms and service and privacy policy as laws change over time. So you're always 100% compliant. You don't have to even think about it. You just subscribe to their service. Full disclosure, I'm not affiliated with Termly in any way. I just really like their service. So you can use the free workaround that I use, or if you're concerned about compliance in the future, you want to make sure you're always doing things legally, you just pay for their service and they'll take care of it 100%. And then again, I wrote here, create a separate page on your website, example.com/TOS. Make sure you link that in your opt-in page. Here's an example of one of the opt-in pages that I created. It has the terms of service. You can see the hyperlink here, which looks like this. It's literally just a blank page with that HTML pasted on it. Terms of service, and then here's the privacy policy. And again, if you pay for Termly's service, they will actually go in and update this language as stuff changes over time. And then the final part of the application is the actual use case, this is what gets submitted to the phone carriers. There's two different packages. There's a low volume package, and then there's the standard package. So most businesses are gonna you can just apply for the low volume. Essentially what that is you're sending less than 2,000 text messages per day. So a text message segment is 160 characters. So if you're sending just if you're just sending less than 2,000 of those per day, just go with the low volume package. That application's like $20. If you're somebody that's doing a tremendous amount of volume for your business, you're going to go with the standard package. That's going to be 2,000 plus text messages per day. The application fee is about $60 for that. And that's what you'll select. And when you apply for that, very easy, you'll get approved very quickly. And that is it. It's very simple. You follow this exact guide, you follow this exact document, you'll get your application approved. Sometimes I just did this recently for another business. We got approved in 3 days. So if you do this correctly, you follow it exactly, you can get approved quite quickly. In some cases, maybe your privacy policy or maybe one of your links was broken, something was off in the language, you might get rejected. All you have to do, you don't have to pay the application fee multiple times. All you have to do is just follow the instructions. They'll say, hey, your privacy policy wasn't linked or something. And you just have to resubmit. In some extreme cases, it might take you up to 2 weeks. But again, if you follow this exact guide, you use this exact language, and you link all the stuff, you have your opt-in form correct, you should get approved within 3 to 5 days at most. If this was useful to you, I have this exact guide in the link in the description. You don't have to opt in. You don't have to pay me anything. It's just down below. You can literally take this document, save a copy for yourself. That way you can go through it, check these little boxes as you get it completed, and then you can get your SMS compliance set up for your business as quickly as possible. If you found this useful, please leave me a like and subscribe. It really helps me a lot. And other than that, thanks for watching.